Let's go back to Timothy and his wife, who believed he was skilled at abortions, so she placed her body in his hands. Of course, Chris seized the opportunity, drugged her, raped her, and then strangled her to death. Not only that, but he also strangled the baby. Meanwhile, Timothy was at work. When he returned in the evening, Chris convinced him that she had died during the operation and that his daughter was being cared for by relatives. When he asked him about the body, he told him he buried her so no one would know she died during the abortion. Timothy, a man of limited intelligence, believed him and fled to his relatives. When he told them, they asked him to go to the police and tell them what had happened. Instead of telling the truth, the idiot made up a story about him accidentally giving his wife medication, which led to her death. The police didn't buy the story and searched the house. They found the murdered wife and her daughter buried in the laundry room. When confronted, Timothy collapsed and confessed to Chris. Of course, the bastard denied performing the abortion or knowing anything about what Timothy had said. He even testified against him that he and his wife had been constantly fighting. Timothy was executed, and his story was closed at the time. After this incident, Chris, the bastard, killed his wife and buried her in the kitchen wall. He then lured a prostitute, killed her, raped her, and buried her next to his wife. His last crime, he went to the airport and stole a man's wallet and his wife's wallet. Then he claimed to be helping them. When they found her, and when they were reassured about her, they rented a floor in his house. Over time, the smell in the house, which was filled with corpses, became unbearable, and the couple began to complain about the stench. One time, he left them sleeping, killed them, raped his wife, and buried them under the kitchen floor and behind a wall. He stole their money and fled, prompting Chris to leave the house. What did he discover? A couple moved in to rent the house, and while renovating it, they discovered the bodies in the kitchen. Later, the police found the remaining bodies in the garden, under the floor and behind the kitchen walls. There is a gap between the wooden wall of the kitchen and the concrete wall outside the house. Timothy was exonerated in the media, a headstone was placed on his grave, and Chris was executed. He confessed to all his crimes and was executed by electric chair in 1963.